Second chapter in geography, which is inside our earth. In the last class, we have already discussed about the following topics. The first one is igneous rocks. Under this, we have characteristics of igneous rocks, types of igneous rocks. The second one is sedimentary rocks. Under this, we have characteristics of sedimentary rocks, formation of sedimentary rocks, and types of sedimentary rocks. The third one is metamorphic rocks. Under this, we have formation of metamorphic rocks from igneous rocks, formation of metamorphic rocks from sedimentary rocks, and finally characteristics of metamorphic rocks. Synopsis of the lesson. In this session, we are going to see the following topics. The first one is rock cycle, then uses of rocks, finally we have minerals. First, we are going to learn about rock cycle. The rock cycle in simple terms can be described as the process of transformation of a rock from one rock form to another. So, in simple terms, the rock cycle can be described as the process of transformation of a rock from one rock form to another. Then, it is a fundamental concept in geology. Here, fundamental means important or major. Geology means it is the study of earth, its interior and its exterior surface, the rocks and other materials that are around us. So, here it refers to rock cycle. So, rock cycle is a fundamental concept, means rock cycle is a important or major concept in geology that describes the changes among the three main rock types like sedimentary, metamorphic and igneous. So, these changes do not happen in a day or even a year, but take hundreds of years. To understand the process, let us see the example below. So, to understand the process better, let us see the example below. Igneous rocks, as you studied above, are formed by the cooling of molten magma, which comes out through volcanoes. The various agents of weathering. Here, weathering means it is the breaking down or dissolving of rocks and minerals on Earth's surface. In simple terms, weathering means breaking down. So, the various agents of weathering means breaking down of rocks like the temperature fluctuations. Here, fluctuations means changes. The flow of wind and water, action of plants and animals, all cause erosion of the rocks, and the igneous rocks keep breaking and cracking. Then, the broken pieces of rocks, which may be as small as pebbles and fine sand, keep shifting and are moved by natural transportation in basins and lower regions and gradually form sedimentary rocks. Then the layers keep forming over the sedimentary rocks, and those which get buried deeper again get subjected to the pressures and the heat of the earth and change their state to metamorphic rocks. Similarly, The intrusive rocks under the Earth's surface are also subjected to heat and pressure, and they change their state to metamorphic rocks. The metamorphic rocks again melt due to the heat and pressures inside the Earth and mix into the existing magma inside the Earth, and thus the cycle continues.
Now we are going to see the pictorial representation of the rock cycle. Igneous rocks are the primary or parent rocks. It is the rock which is formed first on the earth. So that's why it do not contain any fossils. When these igneous rocks are weathered, which means broken down, eroded or transported and deposited at some places to form sedimentary rocks. So the sedimentary rocks are formed when the igneous rocks are eroded and get deposited at various time intervals. That's why the sedimentary rocks contain number of layers, so that is called strata. So hence it is also called stratified rocks. So again, these sedimentary rocks, when subjected to high temperature and high pressure, it gets transformed to metamorphic rocks. Again, these metamorphic rocks will disintegrate, and then once again the rock cycle will continues. So it is a endless process. So this endless process is called rock cycle. So I hope you are clear. So again I will explain you. It starts with magma, the molten magma, then it again forms into igneous rocks. The molten magma cools down and then it forms the igneous rocks. It is also called primary or parent rocks. Then it eroded by natural elements like wind and water. So the igneous rocks will get weathered, which means it will get broken down into small fine particles and get deposited at the coastal areas. So that's called as sedimentary rocks. So the sedimentary rocks has many layers in it, and then under high temperature and pressure it changes to metamorphic rocks. Again, when metamorphic rocks subjected to high temperature or high pressure, it will again get into molten form, magma. So this process will continues. This endless process is called rock cycle.
So students, the below diagram will help you understand that the cycle is complex and any form of rock can change into another form by natural action. But it is important to remember that these changes are happening over large periods of time, over hundreds and thousands of years, and cannot be seen in a lifetime. Next, let's see about uses of rocks. Rocks are used by humans for various construction activities. They are used in making roads, houses, buildings, etc. Rocks are crushed, grinded, cut and polished to change their shape and size to make them usable in different forms.
So this is the pictorial representation. Rocks are used in bricks, constructions, decoratives and pathways, making roads, and in some decorative materials, roofing materials, etc.
Now we are going to see about minerals. Students, here we can see the pictures of minerals. First, we have to know what are minerals. Minerals are chemical substances which exist in nature. Minerals are naturally occurring substances which have distinct physical and chemical properties. Here, distinct means different. So, minerals are naturally occurring substances which have different physical and chemical properties. Each mineral has its specific chemical composition and may or may not be available in pure form. Rocks are composed of various minerals. The huge variety of minerals is dispersed. Here, dispersed means spread over a wide area in different concentrations and not available in uniform proportions across the earth's surface. Here, proportions means sizes. So, humans have to extract these from the natural form, convert them into usable form and transport them to the user. The minerals are used for various human uses like fuel, construction, industry, chemicals, etc. Common examples of minerals are coal, petroleum, natural gas, iron, aluminium, silica, uranium, gold, silver, etc. Students, you shall be studying about minerals in more details in the next class. I have enclosed the classwork instructions in the PDF. Kindly refer it. So now, we have reached the end of this session. Thank you.